to assist, but she's not supposed to take care of the home. But we have a lot of women that are taking in these guys, and the guys are being the what you call
the follower.
ladies.
The follower.
And,
he's not taking the leadership.
Right, not taking this leadership role, and the young ladies, are just going out, working, bringing home the money,
Amen.
paying the bills.
Yes, true that.
Taking care of the house.
True that.
And that's where we are getting stressed out at.
That's where the problem is. Yes, I agree, 100%.
But
can I give a quick little example? I want to stick in real quick. Just about a week ago, I went shopping. I was in the grocery market, and I was standing in line, and there was a couple in front of me. They had like 2 baskets full of groceries, and I was like, wow, they got a lot of food. And as I looked in front of me, there was the guy that was with her. He was standing over on the side. She was the one in line, the woman, the female, the young lady. She was paying for the groceries, and he was standing on the side, just like kind of looking, wasn't even standing erect. He was just standing slumped over and just looking like all he had to do was to follow her while she pays for the groceries. And I thought to myself, that don't look right. It just didn't look right. And I said, wow, this is what I see just about every time I go grocery shopping. So, I believe I'm in agreement with what he's saying right now.
Right, and the women, we need to step down in order for our men to rise up. And we have to help put them into their position by allowing them to do what a man's supposed to do.
Amen.
And to go to financial abuse, like I used to hear my father say all the time, that he used to tell my mother, when you when you are financially able to pay the cost, then you can be the boss.
Amen. Amen. I've heard that too.
Right, and it's not because whoever brings home the most money is supposed to be the dictator.
Right.
That's not how it works.
Right.
But because my father used to tell her this for many, many years, my mother, she went out and got 2 jobs.
Okay.
And when he had got injured, he couldn't work no more. My mother was taking care of the home, and she was like, now who's the boss? But if you in a godly relationship, it should not be that way.
Right.
Because if the man does, say for instance, the man is providing for the house and doing what he's supposed to do in a godly way, and the woman is working as well, she's supposed to assist where, to pull up the slack.
Right.
But not put it up in his face, or him to put it up in her face about, I make more money than you.
Right, right.
But as we know that when women are making more money than the male, that it comes to conflict.
He's intimidated. Yes.
Right.
I got a question here too. I got a different type of point of view and a different input on the financial situation. Like, okay, for instance, there's situations to where the male is bringing in the money and the male is working, and what he does is he uses the fact that he is the breadwinner and he's the leader, and he abuses in that way as well. That's also another form of financial abuse, because a lot of women feel like they need to be with a man in order to be taken care of. And I've seen many situations where the men were making money and they were the breadwinner, and they were still abusing, in a different form, and a different form of financial abuse,
right. That's
because they were
that
the breadwinner.
Just because the person is making more money than the other person doesn't give them the right to be dictator.
Right, right. But this is a great issue of the day, what you're speaking on, and that is that a lot of the females, and let me say this, I'm not a racist, but I will say this, I see it more in my culture of people, in my nationality than I see it in any other race, where the female is the breadwinner and the male is just like a puppy following along. I see it more with my people than I do anybody else. Not that I'm trying to pick sides or pick on anybody or put anybody else down. That's just what I see today, and it's a form of, I think, we're just lost altogether to a certain point in today's time of October 2013. We're in a lost place altogether.
Yes. But also, as going back to, with some females get caught up because, the guy got money and the guy knows, that,
right.
Hey, I buy her some clothes,
right.
I take her out to dinner,
right.
That he can, dictate to her, where she gonna go, what she gonna do.
Right.
And did she fall in those realms? But then when the well run dry and there's no more money,
right,
she's out the door.
There you go.
He then gets upset.
Bring it out, sister.
She done left.
Bring it out, sister.
She's the one with someone else, and it makes him feel like he was being used.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to hear.
He was using the money.
Right. Now we getting someplace. Now we getting someplace. That's what I wanted to hear, because I see a lot of that too. I see a lot of that too, Dyrese. And you know what? I see a lot of that with very young females with older guys. Because the older guys are the ones who do have a little money and, they're a little well off. Because the younger guys, they definitely ain't trying to be on that page. If they got money, they selling drugs, or, there's a very small percentage of our young men today that's going to college and getting jobs and doing what they supposed to do. Most of them is out here playing hip-hop, boom, boom, the 808s, and running up and down the street, smoking weed, and I'm with my baby mama. We got my baby mama and my baby daddy, and, that's the part that I'm looking at and what I'm seeing. And on that note, I'm going to have to say, when I speak the truth, I have to get an amen on that. Can I get an amen on that note? Amen, amen. Let's tell the truth today. Let's bring out the true facts about what's going on with the world in general. And also, I've seen situations to where females, as far as I'm concerned, they are abused in a lot of different ways. It come with the money. For instance, like when we say financial abuse, even when women are drug addicts and they're on drugs, they are more the victim, because it's easier for a woman to keep that cycle going of she's got to keep money coming to keep her high going. So therefore, once again, financial, she's going to go to a man to get what she needs. So you know what's going to take place, and you know what I'm talking about. And so, it's so many different levels of financial abuse, especially when it comes to the females, because they are prey. Because the female species, I'm a male, and I just got to admit it, female species are preyed upon, I believe, because, for one thing, the best drug on this earth and the baddest drug on this earth over any other substance that man came up with or what they didn't put out into society is sex, sex. So women are preyed upon in many different ways. When some of them are in addiction, they're preyed on because they're female, and guys want to do what they do, give them some money, for a quick thrill and blah blah blah. And then you got situations where women got to be with men because they need somebody to take care of them, or they need this sugar daddy to pay their bills. They need this sugar daddy to buy them a car. They need a sugar daddy to pay for their house note. So it goes far. It goes a long way.
What they really need is an education, go get them a career, and then they can support themselves, and they won't have to be out there shaking their tail feather for a fee.
Right.
Selling their bodies for some money.
Right.
Let's go to the flip side.
Right. And on top
money
of that,
is a form of control. Money
yes.
is, we know that money is a form of control.
Yes.
And even with what they call cougars, older women being with these young guys.
Yeah,
you know what they do? They buy them cars, they buy them clothes.
Right.
You know, they give them money, you know, to go get their weed or whatever.
Right.
Form of control to keep them around.
Exactly. Now let's take it. Let's even go deeper on that. Let's take it back to how we started out on what 1 Timothy 5:8 stated and what Proverbs 31 stated. If we base everything in the instructions of the Lord, in the instruction of the Christ, you know, and the laws that the Almighty made for this universe, if we start out there, my suggestion is that we would have a lot less of what we are speaking on right now, because we're basing everything the way that it should be based on. Can I get an amen out there on that? Amen. This is one of the main problems, is because a lot of us individually are not basing things accordingly to the instructions of what we were given in the instruction of the Christ, and even in the Old Testament when we was under the law. You know, it's just that none of this is taking place. So this is how we wound up where we are at today spiritually. You know, in the world, we are just spiritually out of sync. We spiritually out of sync.
Out of order.
Amen. And I would like to hear some more input from you as a female on financial abuse.
Well, you know, the leadership got lost, I say, back when, basically when drugs came into play.
Yes,
so
ma'am.
We lost a lot of our men to drugs.
Yes. Amen.
And the jails are still overran. So, you know, the women had to step up and take these roles. But it goes back also to taking the time to know who you're dealing with.
Amen.
Who you putting into your life.
Amen. Just to give you a reminder, we down to 3 minutes. Keep going.
Okay. Well, I just want to say that go back to the rules. Women, it's not for us to provide for them. They are to provide for us. So we are there to help, encourage, and lift them up and help them to step into the positions that they need to step into.
Amen.
Our men cannot rise up and be where they need to be if we continue to hinder them.
Amen.
So ladies, step up, raise your standards so our men can get in their places.
Amen. Doris Ray, I would like to say thank you for sharing this input today. I think that you are a great wonder in the Lord. You're blessed. And I always have a pleasure when you are co-hosting with me on the show. And welcome, by the way. Welcome.
Thank you. It's an awesome show, and I'm glad to be on it.
All right. Can we get an amen on that note? And we're going to give Doris another welcoming and another applause as being a great co-host on True Family Values. Amen. You know what? It's a funny thing today, that when things seem like they just could be so bad and hurt so real, we always seem to forget in that moment that as long as we got God part of the equation and a part of that problem, everything is going to for sure always be all right.
The devil's trying to break me down. He separated me from my babies. He's trying to take my joy from me. But I know it's not so. Deep down the pits of my soul, God is going to be with me. He's gonna be
Amen. We are out of time today on the great, wonderful show, True Family Values. And we would like to just let our audience know that We hope you all have a blessed evening and a good night. So, we'll see you all Wednesday.